Yo, it's Sketch Menace, Calgary, Alberta Division President of King of the Dot. You know what I mean? Put your money where your mouth is. Canada's premier hip hop battle league. I'm here to talk to you about Quarantine, an event that we're doing. We're out here in Edmonton right now, night before Northern Strike 2. Shit's gonna be crazy. Event's gonna be popping, so we're stoked on that. But yeah, I'm here to talk to you about Quarantine, taking place November 2nd at the Republik, Calgary, Alberta. Right now, pre-sale tickets are on sale, $20. You save yourself $5. Each ticket is numbered, so when you come in, if with the purchase of a pre-sale ticket, when you come in, you are automatically entered into a raffle to win a lot of crazy shit, like prize packages, merchandise packages from a lot of the sponsors, Quarantine prize package, King of the Dot prize package, as well as a lot of art pieces and whatnot from local artists. You know what I mean? People killing it for King of the Dot and doing all that stuff. But yeah, Quarantine's going to be a crazy event, man. What we really wanted to do with this one was make sure that every up and coming artist from Calgary, everybody who's been killing it in the battle scene specifically, has got his shot against to get a decent opponent. And I think that we surpassed that goal substantially. Like, I mean, to start off the card, like, I mean, we got Illni versus Wildcard. This is a battle that, like, I mean, Illni has shown a lot of growth and a lot of improvement since coming up in the Calgary division. Wildcard also, since coming out of Vancouver, he's done a ton of battles, willing to take anybody on that we throw at him, and he kills it every time. Crazy complex wordplay, way above his crowd in a lot of cases, while like more underdeveloped King of the Dot scenes are more geared towards hilarity and more in your face type of material, while Wildcard really doesn't give in to that to that stereotype or to that level that the crowd wants him on, and really does what he does, and I'm very excited to give him a platform as the opening battle for Quarantine, as well as Illni. Man, Illni's had some crazy performances against Backwood Bev in Calgary. He did very, very, very well. So I'm very excited for that battle. Two up and comers in the scene from Vancouver versus Calgary, puts them both on a very, very dope platform for King of the Dot. One of the biggest events Calgary, the biggest event Western Canada has ever seen, without question. So yeah, very, very stoked with that one, and both those guys are definitely deserve the shot that they have. Next up on the card, we got Kryple versus Caveman Brown. Now, Kryple has been coming up in the scene for a while. He's been helping out a lot with the Edmonton division and the Edmonton subsection of the Alberta division of King of the Dot. He's been killing it. Just did the World Domination 4 Day 3 battle against Lex Luthor. He's got Neckbone coming up tomorrow now. Since we're in Edmonton shooting this vlog, I got to shout that out. He's battling Neckbone in the main event in Northern Strike 2. So make sure to watch out for that battle when it drops. Kryple's been killing it for a long time. He's done a lot of battles in the scene, gets a lot of views. He's been killing it for Edmonton for a long time, so we're happy to give him a spot. And Caveman Brown is somebody that, like, for some of the older heads in the scene before grind time, quote unquote, fell off. Caveman Brown was one of the bigger names in the division. He was destroying shit. Like, people were in the league in itself, not the division, sorry. And a lot of people were talking about him. So we're happy to give him his King of the Dot debut. Make sure that he's given the opportunity that he deserves in this as well, because we've been hit up by a lot of people really stoked to see him on this card, and really, really happy to see him get a King of the Dot debut. And the fact that gets to happen in Calgary, we're very proud of. So Kryple versus Caveman Brown is definitely something we're looking forward to. The next battle of the day would be Daley versus Dirty Harry. Daley versus Dirty Harry is going to be, Matt Daley. If you don't know Matt Daley, he's like the most electrifying man in battle rap as of late. Like, he's got, He's got some history behind him in between, like, the Caustic battle, the Grand Prix battles. What happened with the outdoor event with Neckbone that was on World Star. King of the Dot. We chose to never release that battle based on. We just think that it would project negativity towards what battle rap is and what we want it to be, and our brand and our product as a whole. So we chose that wasn't the best look for everybody to be able to release that, but everybody saw what it was. So Matt Daley's got some history. Dirty Harry coming up in the scene heavily. Just came out with me, battled at the same event at Don't Flop. He battled a guy named Quill. Really, really good battle. Guys like Thesaurus were quoted saying that it was one of the best opening rounds of the event. He went first against Quill at the Verdict event, and we're really happy to see it, especially considering it's a division vet. Matt Daley, being around since the first event, constantly killed it, main evented several several times against 24/7, you know what I mean, against Arcane, several other battlers, done 2 versus 2s in Toronto. He was actually the first battle to ever happen at a World Domination event against Locust. So, you know, he's definitely solidified his place in King of the Dot in terms of the history book. So we're happy to give Matt Daley a shot against a division up-and-comer like Dirty Harry. I'm really happy to see a Calgary versus Calgary, vet versus up-and-comer battle go down at the event. It's something that we were really stoked on, and it was one of the foundation battles that we really built the card around. We had that one from the beginning, and we really wanted to make sure that one, you know what I mean, took part on a card that took place on a card that was deserving of a battle of that magnitude, especially in the city. Cadillac Ron versus Cody the Catch is like, you know what I mean, the Kurt Cobain versus the Kurt Cobain versus Jimi Hendrix of battle rap. You know what I mean? It's going to be an absolutely amazing event, battle. It was the last one for us to confirm. It was something that came out of the woodwork. We didn't really know it was going to go down. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning, and then boom, Caddy got his papers. We're ready to go. So there you have it, folks. Cody the Catch versus Cadillac Ron. Cadillac Ron's first Canadian debut against, you know, people calling it a mismatch online, but I think is the perfect Canadian opponent for him, especially to go down in Calgary. If any of y'all are hating on that matchup, you guys will definitely be proven wrong. Caddy's very pumped for it. I've spoken to him personally. Cody the Catch is very, very hyped for it. Definitely his biggest challenge and biggest opponent yet. So, you know what I mean? Like, watch out for that battle. We're very excited for that one. Lavos versus WizeGuy. Lavos making his second appearance in the Calgary division, first battling Apiola with a hilarious, noteworthy opponent or performance against WizeGuy, who, you know, Lavos deemed him as his son. I don't know how accurate that is, but shouts to Lavos. He's a hilarious dude, and I know he plans for some antics at this one. Uno's, like, you know, always been killing it. Really come up in the scene out of nowhere. I remember at World Domination 2 seeing him doing, like, against Caliente, battling Caliente, and just being like, who the fuck is this fool? Like, he's just, like, you know, funny, but, like, weird, and, like, I don't know what to think. But he's, no, dude, an amazing performer, puts on for the fans like crazy. Really stoked to see him live again, and, you know what I mean, Calgary crowd really adapts well to him, so we're all very excited for that. Against WizeGuy, somebody who's been killing it for a long time, just recently lost against Step Easy in Toronto for the Ground Zero Grand Prix. You know, Alberta was sad to see him lose, but we're happy to give him this opportunity now to be able to prove himself and show that, you know, he's worthy of that main stage. So WizeGuy versus Lavos, another big battle that the entire staff is looking forward to. One of the first battles that we had in mind for this event was Pigsty versus Sonny Bamboo. You know, like, it's one of these, like, it's one of those, like, I don't think anybody would have ever thought of it. I'm really happy that I thought of that battle and that we could have made it happen, just because it's like, I think that it gives Pigsty a perfect opportunity to grow. It gives Sonny Bamboo a really good opportunity to show his shit, especially in Western Canada, which he's never been before. I think stylistically it's a great matchup. And again, I don't think that anybody would have ever thought of it. And I think that once you hear about it and you really think about it, I think that you really appreciate it for what it really can be, like, for battling as an art form and in terms of as a craft. Those two battlers, Pigsty being from a very, very new generation and Sonny Bamboo being from a really old one, which is a constant theme for this event, we're very happy to have go down for here. Like, I mean, it's going to be a really, really big main event. It was one of the first ones we confirmed. It was one that I was really motivated to confirm, whatever I had to do to make sure that happened. Pigsty's killed it for the division a few times against DVS, WizeGuy. Love to see him come back. He just killed it against A-Class as well. Like, I mean, nothing but good things to say about that dude, despite his lazy eye. And and I love Pigsty, though, no, straight up. And you know, Sonny Bam's been a pleasure to deal with. I can't wait for him to come out. We've kicked it on a few occasions, and yeah, he's going to kill it as well. After that, we got one that, you know what I mean, I think that everyone's always surprised hasn't happened yet. Tricky P versus Chedda Cheese. Tricky P recently coming out of retirement. I can't even remember off the top of my head of what his last battle was, but, you know, he's Tricky P. I've been around for a long time in King of the Dot since the first year of it. My debut was around the first year anniversary, so even most would consider me a second generation. But Tricky P was around for the first event, battled HFK, always being a huge heavy hitter. in the division, and in the league in general. He's been out here. He's battled Sharon. He battled myself. He's battled a lot of dudes out here. He's battled a lot of dudes all over the country, all over the world. Had some really noteworthy battles in Don't Flop, and been a part of all the Grand Prix thus far. You know, a really deserving person to be on the card, and especially coming out of retirement in Calgary, gets to host that battle. I'm proud of that. I'm very proud of that, to have Turkey P on this card, especially against someone like Chedda Cheese. Like, Chedda Cheese is just... He's the most viewed, consistent battler from the Calgary division. Always has been. Developed a huge fan base through his parodies. I know him personally. He's a friend of mine. I fucking think he's a little bitch, but he's a good kid, and he kills his battles all the time. And him and Tricky, like, stylistically, flow wise, and everything, is going to be a classic in the making. And the best part about it is that it's Canadian, and people often forget that this is King of the Dot. This is not, like, you know what I mean, and as much as I embrace LA divisions and King of the Dot growth and all that, like, you know, this is a Canadian battle that we're very happy to have. Happy to have going on. These are two friends of mine. But yeah, Chedda Cheese, Tricky P, going to be a great battle, stylistically and everything. I think it's going to be really cool. It's a classic in the making, and again, a lot of people are surprised that it's never happened before, and we're happy that it gets to happen on the Calgary platform at Quarantine. It's you know what I mean. We're humbled to have that as a grouping and as a community. And then it comes to the main event: Fingaz versus Ness Lee. Ness Lee battled Ilmac. I watched that dude battle Ilmac in a fucking parking lot in Oakland, California, and he's just retarded, man. Everything that he says, his syllable placement, his choice of syllables, his ability to not stretch a rhyme, even though like a million other dudes have stretched that rhyme a billion other times before, and he finds these other ways to approach it. And just like I can't say enough about the dude's creativity. You know, he's always been a big performer, always had big performances in King of the Dot. So, and he's debuting in Calgary. And I think it's against the best opponent that we could possibly find for him, and that's Fingaz. Fingaz being, I believe, having the highest viewed battle on King of the Dot from the Calgary division against Shadi Hora. He's also done, you know, he's in Organic's top 25 list twice against Young Stitch and Sun Tzu. Put on crazy battles, arguably like some of the best battles. Fingaz versus Edwards is another crazy called classic from Calgary. Crazy battles to go down. So we're very happy to give him the opportunity against Ness Lee, especially to hold down the main event at the biggest battle rap event that has ever happened in Western Canada. So, you know, $20 pre-sale tickets, they're available at Blame Betty, Sloth Records. You can hit up any King of the Dot staff member on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, via social network. $20 pre-sale tickets at the door. It'll be $25 at the door, so you'll save yourself $5 as well as with every pre-sale ticket. Again, you get entered into a raffle to be able to win some crazy, you know, local artist canvases, prize packages, clothing, gear. You know, you'll get decked out by King of the Dot and our sponsors, who are all dope as fuck. You know, it's been a long road to where we are now, and in the preparation stages to Quarantine. November 2nd, the Republik. It's by far the biggest event Western Canada has ever seen. Like, I mean, I would say unarguably, like there's nothing that's paralleled this in terms of battle rap subculture of hip hop. And we're very excited to have that happen in Calgary. You know, this is some of the biggest battles that have ever happened here. Every single battle features somebody from Calgary or somebody from Western Canada versus an opponent that I feel fits them stylistically, as well as gives them a boost, as well as gives that person a chance to really shine. That bigger name or you know, higher tiered person, so to speak. Even though I really try and stray away from that tier system when it comes to setting up battles, that it benefits everybody, and that it's really going to make for you know, good battles, good clashes, and make sure that this art form and people's crafts are put to the maximum of their capability. So you know, we're very excited for this to happen at this event. We want to make sure that you know, our crowd has a good time. We want to make sure that every single battle goes off without a stitch. We've taken every single precaution to make sure everybody gets in the country. Everybody is going to go on. Everybody is going to put on the best performance that they possibly can, and we're really going to make it pop for y'all. This is for the fans at the end of the day. You know, I mean, there's a lot of unsung heroes in battle rap and in King of the Dot that are putting in a lot of work and a lot of time out of their lives to be able to give free entertainment to the crowds and show people what's good. So, you know, anybody who's coming out to the event, anybody who's going to cop the pay-per-view, you know, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for being part of this community-driven environment that King of the Dot is, and we love you for that. Speaking of the pay-per-view, it will be available for live stream. Well, not live, but a stream the day after of the event, November 3rd on the Sunday. It will go live for $10. This shit goes to supporting the events, making sure that we can continue throwing events of this magnitude in Calgary. It's something that we look forward to, and we look forward to sharing with the community around us and those who have been supporting us for years. So Sketch Menace, King of the Dot, Calgary Division, Quarantine, November 2nd, the Republik.